Thank you, Rial. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. First of all, without the Lord, none of this would be possible. I mean, for me, without Jesus Christ, none of this would be possible. And I'm blessed enough to be saved and to be able to be honored to be on the stage here. Rial, as much as Rial, obviously the fantastic things he said about me just now. I mean, I'm almost in tears listening to everything he's saying. I remember when his kids were maybe 5 years old, 5, 6 years old, running around. And I have a 5-year-old now, so I know the impact that people can make on a child. So I'm glad that I've had an impact from that standpoint. But it's when Rial brought me on, I saw his room here. I just wanted to be able to get on here and maybe share a little bit of my own dreams that I've had and my own life. And Rial's 100% right on that. Many years ago, I had a vision, and it was very, very simple. It was to try and give kids an opportunity where they never had an opportunity before. And mostly we were focused in the high school area. And I had just started coaching, but I didn't feel the stage was big enough. And God moved me to be able to try and figure out a way to touch as many kids from an opportunity standpoint as possible, and that was exactly what I did. Um, my vision and my clarity on my vision to help others succeed first before I did anything else um, was the biggest thing that I think helped me to be able to help so many others. And then by that, helping obviously myself to become successful. And one of the great things I think about like Clubhouse here, many of the kids that have come through I call them kids because I guess I'm 40 years old now. I'm 47 years old, and as I'm starting to get older, the kids that I've worked with are now adults and they're men, and some of them are in their early 30s now, and it's so cool to see them following me, and talking to me and reaching out to me. And a lot of them are coaches in my programs now and run programs of their own. And like Rial said, when I started mine, I had a vision. There wasn't any template for what we were trying to do before. There was zero template other than the NFL combines, which obviously was there for quite a few years. And that was basically the vision, to be able to run with that. And the vision was to be able to give everybody an opportunity. And to be able to do that, we had many highs and lows in building the business. But when Rial talks about literally thousands of athletes, we were doing the numbers. It's close to 500,000 athletes that have come through our programs, and so it's incredible. Half the NFL came through our programs at one point or another, and it's so inspirational to see those athletes on stage. And it came from a vision of trying to help others to succeed. And at the time in my life, I had grown up, with a situation where I had divorced parents, didn't have a lot of financial background. So my whole goal really was I was going through college. I was lucky enough to get an athletic scholarship from my hard work and persistence. Played in college at the Division I level, and I went right into business because I thought making money was the only thing to do. And I'm talking about corporate, and went right in there. And I had a lot of success in my first few years, and it was during the dot-com boom, and that's what my expertise was in. And I had a lot of success, but it didn't fulfill me. And now I wasn't, I had always been a Christian, but I wasn't saved at that time. And I'd grown up in the church, but I wasn't saved. And but that vision, God knew with me that He was going to help me work until I became saved the way I needed to, in order to have the vision to see what I could do to help people in this world, and to help them figure out what their vision is, for lack of a better word, to be able to see that. And God helped work through me, and I created this vision, left corporate, doing really well, could have stayed there, been comfortable, and been really successful, and created my own platform. And I didn't have, I had a little bit of money saved away, but it wasn't enough to grow it the way I wanted to. I moved in, and I tell people this, don't ever be ashamed of anything. I moved back in with my father at the time. This was back in 2003. I had worked before then when 2001, when the Twin Towers came down, the companies that I was working with, my client was the 104th floor of the World Trade Center. Tell me that God does not exist when I could have been in that building. And God rest many of the people that died in that building, many people I know. I had already decided to change my life into what I was doing, because otherwise my clients were in the 104th floor in 2001, in the spring of 2001. That happened obviously in the fall of 2001. And God, being able to see what he needed me to do, gave me the vision to start moving in a different direction. 2003, I moved in my home. I had moved in with my father. 2002, I had started the beginning stages of the company, and I stayed with my vision. I stayed persistence on my vision, and I continued to grow the organization. And in 2008, when Rial actually was, I think around the same, 2008 or 7, I think was when I first met him, but 2008 was when we decided we were going to go in every single conceivable place in the country, put a program, and we did that. We put it in 44 locations around the country. At its peak, when we were really going, we were up to 150 locations around the country. No program before or since has ever done that. We still run over 100 programs a year around the country. And it's only because of the simple vision to be able to help young people to try to accomplish their dreams. And God works through you in amazing ways. And then when I became saved in 2009, it helped enjoy my vision to serve him even more, and to continue to grow, and to continue to try and help inspire young people to be successful. And the greatest gift for me, and I'll get off in 2 seconds here, and I thank you, Rial, for having me on. The greatest gift for me is when I see other people that have come through my programs give back to other kids. When I go to camps and when I go to programs, when I run a tournament, and the coaches that are running other teams come up to me and said, I attended your program in 2011. I attended your program in 2007. And I see that they're inspiring other kids. To me, that's what it's all about. And having the vision of what and trusting what the Lord wants you to do, and then the persistence to fight through. I think a couple of the speakers talked about the persistence to fight through when there are difficult times, and I had many difficult times. Okay, to be able to fight through it and continue to stay on path with your vision, just like Rial, and I've gotten to know Rial so well over the years, through all the things that he's had to go through cancer, through all the things. He stays focused on his vision. And when I see him, he inspires me. He can bring me to tears. He can inspire every bit of me to go and be a better man, to be a better father, to be a better husband, to be better at what I can do every single day. And that's what it's about, being able to inspire other people, to have a vision on what you want to happen, and then obviously to be able to act on it. And it's not, a lot of times I see, and you see this a lot in Clubhouse and your different speakers, it's not about acting on it one time. It's acting on it every single day, and trust in the Lord that every single day he's with you to enact on that vision. Thank you. My name is David Schuman. Rial, thank you so much for having me in. God bless.